Hello YouTube fans, here again, and I figure why not, without needing my shirt, to this one, being Equalizer, episode 13, series 1. Now, I remember doing series 12, not a lover of it, you know, I had a big freaking rant over it. I just thought it sucked. This one, on the other hand, is a step up. It's definitely not a rant. This, to me, is how I felt they should have done it in episode 12. It really is. This is like a Christmas special. It's like Ebenezer, but this time it's Ebenezer look like a guy doing charity work. He really does. If you ever remember the soap, called Dyers, and you remember the main villain being JR, well, this guy gives JR a fucking run for his money, and I really am being honest. So let's come with the story. So it's basically about a landlord who is such an arsehole, such a ruthless dick that's trying to get these old people who are in this building, the apartment, I should say, he's trying to get them out. So he has thugs, he has dickhead with a fucking big dock of Doberman, he tries to fight them out, really treats these people like shit. And what makes him even suck, it's near Christmassy time. And check this out, he's got a little boy, he treats like shit, he always slaps his wife, very lovely, and he treats his family like shit. So basically, this poor old woman, the folks make this poor lady have to walk up the stairs. She's an older lady. So who do you call? Well, not the Ghostbusters. You call Edward Woodward as the Equalizer. So he comes in. And he's got this dad. If you think you've seen him before, if you ever remember The Thing, he's been done for other films and all, but you might remember him in The Thing. He's the one who has the heart attack, and then the dad do that to get him back, and his chest opens up and he eats his poor guy's arms. That's the die. So it's like a funny character in his. I know he's sadly no longer with us, may rest. I also remember him in the Twilight Zone, the movie, another film I like him in. And he's like a funny character. He don't send his big duck off Doberman to attack him, and he fights the dog. So he's really one of these guys who can stick up for himself. And like I said, the Equalizer witnesses he's treating his son like shit. He slaps his fucking wife. To be open and honest, I feel the Equalizer does more in this than what he did in episode 12. I really do. And what makes his dad suck even more, he wants the money off his kid, doesn't give a shit about his son. And he's hired a hit man to bunk off his wife. Because it does the Equalizer has hidden dad sits, he puts them in the car and he can hear what's going on. So he meets the wife of the dad, tells her what's going on and everything. He says, you don't know me, you don't have to worry, I'm here to help, and tells her what's going on. He moves her in the same place, the apartment, and he sets up a trap to get the stun bag. So he pretends to be a hitman himself, meets his dad, tells him that he wants money and all this to get information, to basically get the die. But before all that, he sets a trap to have all these people go to the bank. Because makes the guy suck more. He's a banker as well as the guy that runs the motel. Well, not the motel, you know what I mean, the hard place, the apartment. This guy's really, he's such a epitome of storm. He doesn't give them any fire extinguishers, there's no alarms, there's no fire alarms. He really wants to fuck these old people over to get rid of them of all time near Christmassy time. And you like you get the feeling this, you hear the tape recording of Edward Woodward's son. Is he going to come on Christmas Day? Is he not? He's with a girlfriend, he's split up with his girlfriend and all this and so on. And like I say, he tries to help the family out. There's no love lost between the wife and this scumbag. And like I say, he sets a trap, the people are in the bank. And this is what makes the guy stunning, because he knows he ain't going to get what he wants. He sets up to burn down the apartment. It's always asked me, why did he not do that in the first place? If he wants all these people out, why not burn the place down? Because he wants to make big buildings for all the rich people. But I know if we did that, there would be no story. So I went with that more than what I did in number 12. So Equalizer finds out He drags this guy, he drags him all over the place, he's dragging him in the burning building, saying, why do you not dim fire extinguishers? Why do you not dim fire alarms? He really hates this guy. I think he does more in this, and I don't keep repeating myself. I think he does more in this than what he did in episode 12. I really do. I think he did more in this than what he does in episode 12. That's why I prefer this one more. And the little boy passes out, he's sucked to the fire, everyone else has got out. He manages to save the kid, he leaves to die. He gets the kid, gets him out, but what happens is the stuntbag guy gets arrested, rightly so, because he's a stuntbag. But the only thing is, you think, well, the apartment's burnt down. It's burnt down, what are they going to do? But the wife of the stuntbag says, well, I've got money, I'll help the people, I will rebuild the apartment, get it up to stats. So he's sort of like, she's married to a stuntbag. And it's like I said, this guy, remember the villain in Dyers being played by the legendary Larry Atman? This guy gives JR a fucking run for his money. This guy makes Ebenezer Stews look like fucking Santa Claus. This guy is stum. So he gets his pursuers, he gets arrested, and to cut the story short, the Equalizer's in his place, he's got another tape recording, he hears his son says he's going to come over near Christmas to see him, and the Equalizer smiles. End of story. End of the episode, I should say. But yeah, I like this one. I think this one is a step up from 13. 13, I didn't think they did the Equalizer a lot to do. I felt the story was poor, weak. In this, I like the fact that Dad sits again. He has another guy what helps him. He gets the storm bag. I think he does more in this than what I felt he did in episode 12. It was nothing against Edward Woodward. Edward Woodward's doing the best he can do, but I didn't think they did him as much of a story. He didn't get as much of a pace. In this, he had more to do. And I think he did more, like he got hold of the stunt bag. This is what he did. No fire extinguisher, no fire alarm, nothing to get these people out. You know what I mean? I felt he did more. I felt he did more than what he did in episode fucking 12. And that's why I prefer this one. I like the fact it was a Christmassy special. He didn't fuck around. He didn't beat round the bush. I think they did Edward Woodward's character more to do in it. You like the character more. I felt he kicked ass more. I like this one. I mean, you can see, and in many ways, you see the little boy didn't like the guy, his father. There was no love lost. And you find out that all he wanted is the boy just because of money. For money. That's all this guy wanted was money, money, money. As me and dying man would say. So you felt he got his preserves. He went to prison. Rightly so. I felt this one was a big improvement. I felt that episode 13 was a big improvement. I like the fact it was a Christmassy special. I like this one. I think it was a do. But into them, be smart, be safe. Do some more Equalizer stories, but into them, see you later.